Have you ever picked up a penny just to toss it away? What if I told you that one single 1982 Lincoln penny, with no mint mark, could be worth $21.5 million? Yes, you heard that right. A small copper coin hiding in your change jar could make you a multimillionaire overnight. Don't blink, because in this video, I'm going to show you how one tiny detail on a 1982 penny turned ordinary people into legends of luck, and how you can uncover one of the rarest coins in U.S. history. Now, before you rush to your coin jar, stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal might change the way you look at pennies forever. Let's start with a simple truth. In 1982, America changed. The Lincoln penny, a coin that had been made mostly of copper for decades, was suddenly transformed. The U.S. Mint decided to switch from 95% copper to 97.5% zinc, coating it with a thin layer of copper. Why? Because copper prices were skyrocketing, and the mint realized that each penny was literally worth more than 1 cent in metal value. Now here's where things get interesting, and a little mysterious. During that year, 2 versions of the Lincoln penny were made, one copper and one zinc. Some had a D mint mark from Denver, others had no mint mark at all, meaning they were made in Philadelphia. But a very tiny handful, just a few, were struck in the wrong metal at the wrong time. These mistakes are now some of the most valuable coins in the world. Imagine finding one of those. Imagine a coin so rare that collectors around the globe would fight to own it. One such penny, the 1982 no mint mark copper transitional error, sold for $21.5 million in private auction. Yes, a coin that once bought bubblegum now buys beachfront property. Now, here's the real question. How can you tell if the penny in your hand is the $1 million one? Let's break it down. First, check the date, 1982. Easy, right? Now look closely. If there's no mint mark, you're one step closer. But here's the tricky part. In 1982, 7 different variations of the penny were minted. Some were copper, some zinc, and some were transitional errors. So how do you know which one's the jackpot? Here's the quick test. Grab a small scale. If your penny says 1982, has no mint mark, and weighs 3.11 grams, congratulations, you may be holding a rare copper transitional error worth millions. Now, before you start imagining your dream house and luxury cars, here's where it gets even more exciting and slightly terrifying. Many people have had this coin and never realized it. Some even spent it at gas stations or vending machines. Think about that for a second. Millions lost in plain sight, just because someone didn't take a closer look. And this is why you should never underestimate a penny. Now imagine this. You find that special 1982 penny. You send it to a coin grading company like PCGS or NGC, and after expert authentication, they confirm it's the real deal. The next thing you know, you're sitting in a collector's auction room, the bids climbing higher and higher. You walk out not just with wealth, but with a story that will echo for generations. From a coin jar to a fortune, it's the American dream, pressed into copper and zinc. But here's the takeaway. Fortune doesn't always come from where you expect it. Sometimes, it hides in plain sight, on your dresser, in a coffee can, or in the change you got from your morning coffee. So, the next time you see a penny on the ground, don't ignore it. Pick it up. Look at it. Study it. Because every coin has a history, and one of them might just have your destiny engraved on it. If this story sparked something inside you, that little thrill of discovery, then don't stop here. Go through your coins, search your old jars, ask your parents or grandparents if they have any 1982 pennies lying around. Who knows, you might be sitting on the next multi-million-dollar coin without even realizing it. And if you want more stories like this, where history, luck, and opportunity collide, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the bell icon so you don't miss the next unbelievable coin discovery. Remember, fortune favors the curious. This is your time. Your penny could be your path to wealth. So go ahead, start looking. Because the next millionaire could be you. Oh, and if you find a 1982 penny and it's sticky with old gum, don't worry. Just clean it carefully before you cash in your $21.5 million fortune. You wouldn't want to hand a millionaire's coin to the cashier at a gas station, right? Stay curious, stay inspired, and never, ever underestimate the power of a penny. Did you know that a simple 2011 Lincoln penny, yes, the one sitting quietly in your change jar, could secretly be worth over $21.5 million today? Sounds unbelievable, right? But before you toss that penny aside thinking it's just another 1-cent piece, listen closely. Because hidden among millions of ordinary coins, a few rare 2011 Lincoln pennies are changing lives overnight. Imagine walking into a coin shop with something you thought was worth 1 cent and walking out a millionaire. That's not a fantasy. It's a reality for those who understand what to look for. Now, you might be wondering, how could a coin minted just over a decade ago be worth more than most luxury homes? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know why, but you'll also learn how to spot one of these ultra-rare coins in your own pocket change. And let's be honest, wouldn't it be ironic if the key to financial freedom was sitting under your car seat this whole time, covered in a little dust and a lot of destiny? To understand the true worth of the 2011 Lincoln penny, we first need to travel back to its origin. 2011 marked the continuation of the Lincoln Shield cent, a design introduced in 2010 to honor the legacy of President Abraham Lincoln and symbolize the strength and unity of the United States. The Denver Mint struck millions of these coins, each bearing the familiar D mark, but a small handful were struck with extraordinary minting precision, unique die errors, or rare copper compositions that set them apart from the rest. Now, here's where it gets thrilling. Among these 2011 coins, certain specimens show die cracks, double dies, or composition anomalies that make the numismatic gold. One in particular, graded at an astonishingly high mint state and discovered in circulation, sold for $21.5 million, making it one of the most expensive modern pennies ever sold. Think about that. A single cent transforming an average collector into a millionaire. It's a story that embodies the American dream, the idea that hidden value exists even in the most ordinary things, waiting for the right eyes to see. But here's the thing, coins like this don't just fall into your lap. They vanish from circulation fast. Collectors, investors, and dealers are hunting them down as we speak. So let me ask you, when was the last time you really looked at your change, not just glanced at it, but truly examined it? Let's break down what makes this coin so valuable, so you can recognize one if you ever come across it. Start by checking the date and mint mark, 2011 with a small D under the date for Denver. Then, look for errors, like doubling on Lincoln's eye, cracks along the rim, or a subtle shift in the shield design. If your coin shows these details and has that deep, mirror-like shine, it could be a proof-like rarity worth investigating. Next, examine its weight and color. Some of these million-dollar coins were struck on leftover bronze planchets instead of the standard zinc-coated ones. That small difference, a few grams of metal, is worth millions. And here's the kicker. Even circulated examples with minor minting variations can still fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars on collector markets today. So here's the million-dollar question. Literally, could you be holding one of these hidden treasures right now? Before you rush off to check your couch cushions, take a second to imagine this. What if this tiny coin could rewrite your financial story? What if one penny could change your life, your family's future, and your idea of wealth itself? This isn't just about coins. It's about awareness, patience, and the courage to look deeper. The world rewards those who pay attention. So tonight, when you empty your pockets, take a moment to really look. Because maybe, just maybe, your next step toward wealth isn't an investment, a business deal, or a lucky break. It's a penny, waiting to be found. If you enjoyed uncovering this mystery of the 2011 Lincoln penny, make sure to this video. Someone you know might be sitting on a fortune and not even realize it. Remember, wealth often hides in plain sight. You just need to see it. Stay curious, stay inspired, and keep searching for that one coin that could change everything. Yendi. Have you ever reached into your pocket, pulled out a simple penny, and unknowingly held a ticket to a millionaire's life? Imagine this. A 2018 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. So ordinary it blends right in with millions of others. Yet one of these tiny copper coins just changed someone's life forever, selling for a jaw-dropping $21.3 million. Now stop for a moment. Could one of your pennies be worth the same? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and how that little coin sitting in your jar might just be your key to freedom, wealth, and a brand new life. Let's rewind for a second. It's 2018. Millions of Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coins are being minted across the United States. Most of them are ordinary, common, forgotten. But a few, without a mint mark, slipped into circulation. And that's where the story gets fascinating. Now here's a question for you. When was the last time you actually looked at a penny before spending it? Chuckles, be honest, probably never, right? That's exactly why most people miss the hidden treasure right in their own hands. You see, this 2018 penny isn't valuable because of gold or silver. It's valuable because of a rare minting anomaly that occurred in a limited batch. The U.S. Mint didn't intend for these no-mint mark coins to exist in this particular quality, but a few did. Collectors call them error miracles, moments when perfection meets flaw, and history meets opportunity. And here's the twist, that's what made this specific penny worth millions. A collector at an estate auction spotted one with near-perfect luster, unique die characteristics, and microscopic irregularities that proved it came from an ultra-rare batch. That one penny turned an ordinary day into a $21.3 million payday. Now you might be thinking, how can a penny be worth that much? It's not just rarity, it's the story, the condition, and the timing. Think of it like this. In the world of coin collecting, rarity is the new gold. Coins with the smallest minting errors, the purest condition, and the best preservation become trophies for collectors, symbols of history and prestige. The 2018 no-mint mark Lincoln penny became legendary because it combined modern precision with an ancient mistake. The die used to strike these coins had an ultrafine imperfection, invisible to the naked eye, but enough to set it apart. Under magnification, experts saw what they called shadow impressions, a subtle distortion on Lincoln's profile, the kind of thing that drives elite collectors into a frenzy. And as news spread, excitement turned to obsession. Investors, collectors, and even first-time hobbyists began scouring their change jars. Coin dealers reported record traffic. People were searching thrift stores, banks, even parking lots, all chasing the dream of finding their own millionaire penny. Now let me ask, what would you do if you found one? Would you keep it, frame it, or cash it in and retire early? Commenting lightly, or maybe finally buy that lake house your spouse keeps hinting about? But here's the urgent part. These coins are disappearing fast into private collections. Once they're gone, they're gone. Here's where it gets personal. Most people will hear stories like this, get excited for a moment, then go back to scrolling through their phone. But not you. You're watching this because something inside you knows that wealth doesn't just happen by accident. It happens when preparation meets awareness. So here's what you can do right now. Take a few minutes today, grab your coin jar or old change box, and start checking your pennies. Look for the 2018 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Pay attention to the year, the surface condition, and any unusual shine or texture. If you spot one that looks slightly different, no mint mark under the date, unusually sharp features, or a golden red hue, do not spend it. Instead, take clear photos, store it in a plastic holder, and contact a certified coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Because remember, the next $21.3 million story might not be about someone else. It could be you. And here's the biggest takeaway. Every coin tells a story, and every story has a turning point. This could be yours. So before you put that penny back into your pocket, look closely, because wealth doesn't always come from what's new, but from what's been hiding in plain sight all along. Now, here's the cliffhanger. In my next video, I'll reveal another modern penny that's shocking experts with its skyrocketing value. It's newer, rarer, and could still be in your wallet right now. You won't want to miss that. Subscribe, stay curious, and remember, every coin has potential, but only the ones you look for can change your life. This is more than a story about money. It's a reminder that fortune often whispers before it shouts. So listen carefully. Check your coins. And who knows, maybe the next time you hear a penny drop, it's the sound of your millionaire moment. What if I told you that a simple penny sitting in your pocket right now could make you a millionaire overnight? Sounds impossible, right? But today, we're diving into one of the most unbelievable stories in modern coin history, the 2021 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that has stunned collectors and experts alike, recently valued at a staggering $21.6 million. Brief pause. Yes, you heard that right. $21.6 million for a single cent. Before you rush to check your change jar, let me ask you something. How many pennies have you ignored in your life? The ones you brushed aside at the gas station counter or left behind at the grocery store self-checkout. Here's the truth, someone else didn't. And that someone walked away with the rarest modern Lincoln penny ever found. It all began like any ordinary day. A man from Illinois, a small-town coin enthusiast, noticed something strange about a 2021 Lincoln penny he found in a handful of change. At first glance, it looked normal. No mint mark, shiny copper coat, the classic Lincoln profile. But then, he saw it, a microscopic flaw under the words "In God We Trust," a subtle doubling of the letters. A minting error so rare, it had never been recorded before. Cliffhanger pause. What he didn't realize yet was that this tiny imperfection would soon change his life forever. To understand how a 1-cent coin can be worth millions, we need to go back to the roots of the Lincoln penny, first minted in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It became an icon, a piece of American pride carried through wars, recessions, and revolutions. But over the decades, something fascinating happened. Every few years, a handful of pennies slipped through the cracks of the minting process, struck with errors, missing mint marks, or made from the wrong metal planchets. These mistakes became gold mines for collectors. The 1943 copper penny? Worth over $1 million. The 1974 aluminum penny? Nearly priceless. And now, the 2021 no mint mark penny, the new legend. Playful tone. Who would have thought the newest member of your loose change could outshine a Ferrari in price? So why exactly is this coin so valuable? 3 things: rarity, condition, and mystery. Only one verified specimen has surfaced so far. Experts believe it may have been struck on a leftover experimental planchet used for test minting. The coin was discovered in mint state, flawless luster, untouched by circulation. Even a fingerprint could have dropped its value by thousands. No record exists of a 2021 penny leaving the Philadelphia Mint without a mark. So, how did it escape? Was it a mistake? Or was it deliberate, an intentional strike meant for collectors, accidentally released to the public? No one knows. And that mystery adds millions to its value. Now, here's where it gets exciting, and maybe a little terrifying. Experts estimate that a few more of these 2021 no-mint mark pennies could still be out there, sitting in circulation, waiting for someone like you to find them. Imagine waking up tomorrow, grabbing a handful of change from your kitchen counter, and realizing one of those pennies could pay off your mortgage, your kid's college tuition, and still leave you with enough to retire early. That's not fantasy. That's the real power of rare coins. Quick humorous reset, and hey, suddenly that keep the change moment doesn't feel so generous anymore, does it? The world of coin collecting isn't just a hobby anymore. It's a hidden economy of forgotten treasures. Every coin in your hand tells a story, and sometimes that story ends with 7 zeros in your bank account. So, before you spend another penny, take a closer look. Check for no mint marks, doubling errors, or odd coloring. You might just be holding the next $21.6 million miracle in the palm of your hand. Think about this. Wealth doesn't always come from luck. Sometimes it comes from awareness. Those who pay attention find opportunities others overlook. If you've ever dreamed of financial freedom, start small. Start with the coins already in your pocket. Soft background music builds, because in the world of pennies, even the smallest piece of metal can change your life forever. Don't ignore the ordinary. It could be the key to your extraordinary future. If this story inspired you, subscribe and join thousands of others who are uncovering rare treasures in everyday life. Your millionaire moment might just be one penny away. Would you like me to make a shorter 2 to 3 minute version of this script too? Perfect for quick viral YouTube reels or TikTok style faceless videos?